Happy New Year and welcome to episode 4 of the Opinunited podcast.
Yeah, I hope you had a good year. I hope you've got some New Year's resolutions. And today we're going to be talking about some matches that happened over the weekend and over Monday. And we also have a little guess the player quiz at the end for you.
Okay, so there's no better place to start with the first game of the last fixture list of the year, and that was Leicester versus Man City.
Yes, that was a quite interesting game and very needed for Man City, wasn't it? Quite heads in hands for Leicester, struggling to score goals. But what do you think? Is it the manager or is it just the players?
Leicester, I thought, should have probably won the game. They dominated most of the game, but they just couldn't score goals. They had so many chances. I think they hit the post a couple of times. And if you don't take your chances when Man City have the quality of player they do, you'll get punished.
Yeah, and as you said, um, Savinho as well. The first goal of the season for Man City.
Yep.
Um, Played very well, I think,
Yeah.
personally. And Haaland back onto his scoring streak.
Yeah, both very very important for Man City because they both the players needed the goals to get back into form.
Both of them.
And more than anything, Manchester City needed the result. They
Mm.
needed a win, however it came,
It
and they
lifted them
got
up
it.
to six, isn't it?
So yeah, so they need. So it'll be interesting to see how they do in the next game. I think they should have some spirits lifted, but a lot can happen, a lot can change. They were not convincing by any means in terms of the performance, but maybe just getting the win will change their fortunes.
But Leicester do play good football. They were dangerous against Liverpool for parts. They were dangerous against Manchester City for parts. They shouldn't be really underestimated. But at this point, Leicester play good football, and Van Nistelrooy has lifted the club hugely. But I think it's just a point of the players not performing now. He's done everything right. What do you think?
I think the players, I mean, he's limited with the players he has. Um, they are a team that's going to be fighting to stay up.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, things look positive. If they can continue playing the way they did against Man City, then the coming season should be okay for them. I think they have a potential to stay up, but they need to start scoring those goals. And if they can tighten up that defense, but we'll see. It's an
Um,
interesting time for them.
yeah. Right. Moving on to the Nottingham Forest game against Everton. Um, 2-0 to Nottingham Forest. Played pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest have turned things around from last season.
They are on an incredible run of
Oh,
form.
yeah.
Yeah, I think what they now they're second in the league currently,
Yes.
with Arsenal due to play today. And they have won I think 4 or 5 games in a row.
5 games in a
Yeah,
row.
with Elanga contributing in most of those games. And yeah, it's a truly incredible job what they've done there. They
Yeah.
are a very, very difficult team to beat at home, and their foot away form. I mean, that was even the case last year, but this year their away form has picked up too,
Mm.
and they have a really good run of things. Obviously, it's going to be tough for them to keep this pace up, but I kind
Yeah.
of hope they do because they are a team that has won the European Cup before, so they're a big side, and they deserve to be in amongst that sort of European places. I just hope that they can keep that momentum going and finish in the top 4 because they deserve it.
They really do. Now, transfer window opening up quite soon. And do you think Nottingham Forest need to buy any players, or do you think their team is fine? Or do you think um Everton need to buy some players because their performance has been appalling so far?
Everton will buy players because they've got new owners now, so they want to make sure that they stay up. They obviously have their new stadium coming as well, so they don't want to be playing in their new stadium in the championship. And with the new ownership, they'll look to strengthen the squad and just create a gap from the 3 sides expected to be relegated.
Yeah,
And so I do think they will stay up because it's
new
a
owner.
positive, yeah, a positive change for them, and that should have a positive impact. I imagine we'll see some movement in January to reflect that.
Mhm. All right, very good game for Nottingham Forest, but wasn't so good for Manchester United against Newcastle.
I think it's diabolical, really. Really, really, really bad for Manchester United. What did you think how it went?
Well, I just said in the last episode, if you don't bring Rashford on, there's not going to be much of a change, Cameron. And he did the exact same. He was on the bench, he was available this time, and he decided, oh, let's bring Antony on, who is not at fit at all, has a rubbish shot, struggles to run in behind, and he's playing as like an attacking midfielder. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, he tries his best, but his best isn't good enough for the team, man.
I think all most of the players in the team against Newcastle are really rubbish. I think mainly made a positive impact when he came
Yeah,
on.
Manu always makes it.
But the starting 11 was the wrong choice, obviously, and it was unfair to Xerxes for what he had to go through coming off so early. It was obviously the wrong setup. So that part in particular is on Ruben Amorim. But the worst, like you said, the worst call is when you have Rashford available on your bench and you choose to be on Antony when you're 2-0 down. It's a diabolical decision. It's honestly dreadful. And yeah, they paid the price for it because they did have chances. But I mean, the moment
Harry
he
Maguire hit the
opted,
post.
yeah, Maguire at the post. There were a couple of other chances as well. But I mean the Hoyland one, stuff like that.
Mm,
The moment and the Euro header. But the
yeah.
moment Antony came on instead of Rashford, I think everyone could sense that the game was finished. I mean, it wasn't Antony's fault. Antony played reasonably okay, but he was never going to change the game in the favor for Man United. I think there's a lot to be reflected on because Martinez was at fault for both goals and was dreadful, and he's been dreadful for a few games now.
Mm,
The second goal that Newcastle score, it should have gone to VAR. It was a handball.
yes.
Um, Dallo is a really bad fit for Man United.
Can I take a
Yeah.
minute? Dallo, um, he can't play left back, right? Dallo is meant to be a right back, and I don't know how he makes the starting 11 every time because, like, his movement is null. He does not move. He doesn't track back, and there was a chance where Newcastle, as you know, are deadly when they cross it in with Isaac, Joe Linton, and Sandro Tonali on the headers. And Dallo is just exposing the goal, not even closing down any crosses. And like that's what a wing back's meant to do, no? And so picking up on the Antony favour, Rashford will make a difference. Rashford and Garnacho, when they combine for Eric Ten Hag, they both run in behind and they can both make a deadly impact. The statistics you gave us last episode proven that.
Yeah, there's one win from 7 now, I think it is
Seven,
Manchester,
yeah.
with when Rashford doesn't start, which is proof in the pudding. You got real example that these two, him and Bruno Fernandes, are the key people in that team. I
Mm.
mean, I'd add mainly to that. Um,
And when Garnacho's in form, he could join the list as well.
yeah, you can see Garnacho is really struggling in this setup.
He's a winger. He's not a cam. He
And
can't play that.
with the problem with for Garnacho and Rashford is that Dallo, like you said, always he doesn't overlap. He always comes inside and or he's filling spaces where
Same with
they should be.
Mazraoui.
So there's a struggle for them. And when Mazraoui and Dallo start as fullbacks, also as wingbacks, we've not scored any goals. Whereas Ahmad, as a starting wingback, we scored 9, I think it is. So it's there's clear indications of how we should be setting up. It's now a matter of changing the 11 and being consistent with what we have there. And
Mm.
I think the best combination from a defensive point at the moment would be something like Euro or Maguire as a central centre back, Mazraoui probably as a right centre back, and
I
either
think they
Delict
should
or
play
Euro.
three at the back, Delict, and then Maguire, and then like Mazraoui as a right
Yeah, I
centre
mean the
back.
right side centre back for Mazraoui worked well with the Ahmad as the right wing back. They
Mm.
combined really well, so I think that's a formula that they should stick with. Definitely need to buy a left wing back in January. That's
Mm.
a must.
And also a striker because although Hoyland, he likes to get things that run in behind and get crosses and cutbacks. But right now, no one can give that to him because we're playing with wing backs and not. And he usually feeds off Rashford's and Garnacho's and Bruno Fernandes crosses, and all
Yeah,
three of them are not going to be playing or are not playing in their right positions.
yeah,
And as you said, the defense. Adding Delict to the side hasn't exactly strengthened it or weakened it. Like, I think if you join Man United, you're gonna be in Man United. I don't think it's gonna really be a difference. I think it's now on the manager to decide what's the right thing. I think taking Dallo off, and I also feel quite bad for Zirkzee because he shouldn't really be starting. He can come on as a substitute and make a difference like he did against Spurs.
yeah.
But if he starts, he's not capable of lasting the whole
Yeah, he made good
time.
impact as a substitute, didn't he?
He's better as a substitute
Yeah,
because he's fresher as well. And also, if you come as a substitute, the team won't be exactly as it was. Like for example, the two midfielders we played against Newcastle. Oh my God.
yeah. They were not.
He chooses the oldest people on the team, the unfittest people on the team, and he wants them to feed into Hoyland.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, you probably want to sell both of them in January because their value is only going to go down, and Man United need the money for transfers.
Yeah.
So there are two people that are not adding much value to the squad right now. I mean, their experience is useful, but that's about where the contribution ends. They shouldn't be starting against Newcastle, that's for sure.
Mm.
But they have a midfield that's very mobile, strong, and athletic. So putting the two
Old.
people that can't really be a runner against them is a bad choice. We've got youngsters there they can play like Collier, and you've got Mainu, and them two probably should have been the starting
Who?
combination. Toby Collier, he played in
Oh.
the preseason, so that's one for Amarim to sort out. He did say he's only had 4 training sessions with them, which is not that much. So, the next couple of weeks where they should have more should make a real difference, and we should start to see what he's intending to do and what his preferred 11 is. Yeah, January transfer window will be interesting for them.
Mm.
So big times ahead. I don't think we're going to see a massive jump out of Man United anytime soon, but I think by the end of the season we should see them have a clearer idea
And maybe
of what.
fighting for Conference League
Yeah,
or European
yeah,
places.
yeah. I think so.
Right, moving on to two clubs who were rubbish last season but have really risen through the roof this season, Fulham v Bournemouth. What a game and an interesting one that was.
Yeah, really two really good sides at the moment. They really push each other, and I think Fulham probably thought that they had the win
Mm.
closed out, only for Bournemouth to fight through to the end.
And great
And
finish by was
as Utara, I think it was.
yeah, Tara.
Yeah, and he showed such composure late in the game as well, which is incredible. Two great coaching jobs from Marco Silva and Iraola.
Yeah.
They've really gained the most out of what the players that they have available. And
Mm.
I think they will both be looking to strengthen in January to push for those European places.
There's a lot of competitors this year.
Yeah, the general
And
standard of the league isn't that great, but I mean they'll be looking to capitalize on that for
yeah, this year.
yeah for this year, and then so
Mm.
they can push on next year and really make the most of a European push next season.
Right. My idea on Champions League places is probably going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea,
Mm.
Nottingham Forest.
Do you think so? I think I don't. I hope so, but I think it's gonna be Liverpool first. I'm gonna go Arsenal
Second,
second,
yeah.
Man City third, and
City.
Chelsea fourth. Yeah. And then I'm gonna say Nottingham Forest fifth, hopefully.
And then
When I want them to be top four, I'd happily see any of the any
actually
others drop out.
because look, um, first is Liverpool,
I
obviously.
think we can all agree that Liverpool are gonna win the league. Yeah.
Second Arsenal, third
Arsenal
Chelsea.
actually, Arsenal and Chelsea, I can't really tell who's gonna be second or
Yeah,
third
because they've
or
been
even fourth because Arsenal don't have Saka now for 2 months,
2 months.
so that's a big loss for them. It'll be interesting to see how they do without him.
But they did pretty well against Ipswich with Trossard filling in there.
Yeah, but I
Getting
mean.
the assist,
Yeah.
work rate very high.
I mean, the first game would be all right, but I think they struggled without Odegaard, and I think they might have a
Mm.
similar struggle without Saka. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's hard to call them, but I think Man City will definitely pick up and jump into the
I
top
think they'll
four.
probably finish fourth, Man City.
Mm.
I think Chelsea will finish just behind them at third. Arsenal finish second. Then the European places, fifth Nottingham Forest,
Yeah.
sixth Aston Villa,
Do you think so? That's
and
possible. I think
then
maybe Bournemouth. Yeah,
seventh Bournemouth. That's what I
yeah.
think.
That I mean, it's definitely plausible, and I think maybe just before below Bournemouth would be Fulham.
Fulham, and
Yeah,
then like Brighton or something like that.
yeah, and after that it's this. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wait,
a.
wait, 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 hold on. What about Tottenham?
Oh, so we've got Newcastle as well.
Yeah.
So you're right. You're right. So I think Newcastle will probably finish
Seventh,
above. I'll
sixth.
probably finish above Bournemouth and Fulham.
But
Yeah,
you
and
know
then,
they might have their injury situations like they did last
but I
season.
think they'll spend in January, and I think they have a stronger squad, so that'll put them in a better position. So I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe sixth. Maybe
So I think
the
Europa League plays for Newcastle. Yeah.
with Nottingham Forest. Yeah, that's
And
probably.
then yeah, you got.
And then they got a lot of competitors
Oh,
to
so
come.
it's actually Bournemouth and Fulham will be pushing quite hard for European place. It's going to be
Mm.
quite tight. So it'll be interesting to see. Actually, having this.
And also with Tottenham's injuries coming back in like late January, they could also make a difference.
Maybe. But I think teams like Man United and Tottenham are too inconsistent to really have a proper European place push this season. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the league is still very tight. Everyone is still up and down. A lot can change from now before the end of the season. So, a good run of games for any team. Like, I mean, 4 weeks ago, people were worried about Newcastle form. Now they're just
On a
like
glory streak.
flying. Yeah, they're flying. So we never know. Yeah, it's definitely one for them to see how it goes, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it finishes. Maybe
Mm.
at the end of the transfer window, we'll reflect again on our table predictions for the end of the year.
Yeah. Let's do that. Right. We said I guess the player quiz.
Oh yes.
And so
So week two of Dear versus quiz. Next week I'm going to be doing the quiz, definitely. But this time he's going to do a what's the quiz this time?
it's a guess the player quiz on their transfers.
Okay. So you have to guess the players based on the clubs that they used to play for,
Yeah.
and who it could be.
And I have
Okay.
left some clubs out because like to make it a little bit harder.
Oh, to make it tricky. Okay.
So the first player
Okay,
went
pressure on.
from Bayer Leverkusen to Chelsea to Arsenal. Give it 5 seconds. Put your answer down. What you think it is. We'll reveal the answer in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Oh,
1.
this is an easy one. I think everyone knows
Yeah,
this. Kai Havertz.
correct. Right. We'll do 5 seconds next time.
Yeah, let's go 5 seconds.
He went from Porto to Wolves to Al Hilal. 5 seconds.
Oh, that's a super easy one. I'll give you everyone a 5 second
I'm
count.
starting off with easy ones, guys.
Okay.
Right.
I think that's been enough time.
3, 2, 1.
It's Ruben Neves.
Correct. Right. He went from Barcelona to Inter Milan to PSG to Galatasaray. 5 seconds.
So again, Barcelona.
Barcelona to Inter Milan to PSG to Galatasaray. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Barcelona to
Who do you
PSG.
think it is?
To what was the third one?
To
Inter Milan.
No, Barcelona to Inter Milan to PSG to Galatasaray.
Oh. Alexis Sanchez?
No.
Hmm.
Last guess.
This is a hard one. What position?
Sorry, can't tell you that.
Worth a cheeky guess. I'm gonna go Barcelona, PSG, Galatasaray, Inter Milan.
No, Barcelona, Inter Milan, PSG Galatasaray.
Yeah, it's got to be a midfielder winger, I think. That's not a winger.
Come on.
Christiansen? No, not Christiansen.
Okay, should I
Is it
tell
a
you?
goalkeeper?
Should I tell you?
Yeah, go on.
Icardi.
Mario Kart. Did he play at Barcelona?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was started there, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That was a tough one, yeah.
Okay, right. So, easy one here. I don't know what his first clubs were called, but he went from Dortmund to Bayern to Barca. Easy one here.
Oh, Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah.
We didn't even give them 5 seconds. Well, I think
Okay,
everyone knew
sorry.
that.
That was an easy one.
I think everyone got that one. Yeah, go on.
Okay. This one is also quite easy. PSG to Leipzig to Chelsea.
PSG to Leipzig to
Give
Chelsea.
them 5 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. You can pause the video if you need.
It's Nkunku.
Yeah. Okay. Turning the sheet over. Oh no, we've got one more. I think you guys should get that one, but I'll give you 7 seconds because it's a strange one. But my dad's got this one. Coventry to Norwich to Leicester to Spurs.
Oh, I know this one. I do know this one.
Five, four, three, two, one.
It's England international midfielder James Maddison.
Correct. Right. Now the questions are gonna get a little bit spicier. He went from Groningen to Celtic to Southampton to Liverpool.
Oh, I know this one too. Go
Easy.
on, 5 seconds, everyone.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Let's do it like a FIFA walkout. Dutch centre back. Former Ballon d'Or runner-up. Virgil van
Van Dijk.
Dijk. Is that
You have
correct?
to say the league.
Oh yes, Premier League.
Virgil van Dijk, that is correct. Right. I think this is an easy one as well. Actually, no, I'll save that one. Let me get a short one here. PSV to Manchester United to Lille to Barcelona to Atletico Madrid.
PSV?
To Manchester United to Lille to Barcelona to Atletico. But he's not currently at Atletico, he's at another club which I forgot what it's called.
PSV, Manchester United, Lille. Lille. He went to Manchester United. He went to Lille after Manchester United.
Yeah.
And then he went to Barcelona.
Yeah. And then he went to Atletico. Right, let's give you 10 seconds for this one. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, this is a tough one.
It is.
He went from Man United to Lille.
Put your answer in the comments below while my dad struggles to find this out.
Um, I can't even know what nationality it'd be. I'm struggling with this one.
Should I tell you?
Yeah, go on. I have no idea.
Memphis Depay.
He went to Lille.
Yeah, he did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. I saw. Memphis Depay was at Lille for 1 year and then he went to Barca.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know he went to Lille.
Okay. Right. Next one. Very good one here. He went from Stade Rennais
Hmm.
to Dortmund to Barcelona to PSG. Let's give you 5 seconds.
Saturday. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm struggling this time.
Alpha, you should know this one.
Struggling today. French. Yeah, so it's French. Oh, I know this one.
And then
He went from big money to Dortmund. He went from Dortmund to big money to Barcelona. And he went for on a free transfer to PSG. It's Ousmane Dembele.
correct. Right. I'm gonna save the big one for last. This one, one of my favorite players, probably my second favorite player after Garnacho. He went from Santos to Barcelona to PSG to Al Hilal. You
Easiest
should
one.
all know this
I'm not even
one.
gonna give them 3 seconds because everyone should know this one.
2,
It's Neymar.
1,
It's
yay!
Neymar.
Despacito. Correct. Right, another very good left back here. He went from Atletico Madrid to Deportive Alaves, to Real Sociedad to AC Milan.
Oh yeah.
Five, four, three, two, one.
We'll do the FIFA walkout again.
Okay.
French.
Fred,
Left
left
back.
back.
Syria.
No, it's not Syria. Is it? Oh yeah, Syria.
Yeah, AC Milan, isn't he?
Syria.
Theo
Um,
Hernandez.
do, 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 do. Okay. He went from Ajax to Spurs to Inter Milan to Brentford to Manchester United.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Let's give you
Okay.
six seconds. 6 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. FIFA walkout.
But we all remember this player when his heart
Stopped
stopped.
in the World
Yeah.
Cup
He is a Danish midfielder, central midfielder
from the Premier
from the
League.
Premier League.
Christian
Played for Tottenham. He played for Man United. Played for Brentford. It's Christian
Eriksen.
Eriksen.
Right, another Man United player. Went from Ajax to Juve to Bayern to Man U.
Ajax, Juve, Bayern, Man U. It's a
Let's give you,
new transfer.
let's give you five. Let's give you four. Give you three. Let's give you two. Let's give you one.
He joined in the summer. He's a centre back. He's Matthias de Ligt.
Correct. Some have been hard, some you just breezing it.
Some of them are, I just have it clocked to my brain straight away.
Right. I love this player. Class player. Surprised he hasn't won the Ballon d'Or. Absolutely stunning for nation and club. He started at KRC Genk, then went to Chelsea, then went to Wolfsburg, and then went to Manchester City.
Everyone knows this, I think.
Interesting
Yes.
one. Five, four, three, two, one.
All-time Man City legend, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, correct. Right. Don't think I've done this one. Very long list this one is. So, actually, no, I'll do this one. It's quite interesting. He went from Bayern to Bayer Leverkusen to Liverpool to Juventus to Borussia Dortmund. I know, he's been at a lot of big
But
clubs.
Bayern, Bayer Leverkusen. I think he's a German midfielder. He was at Liverpool and he's gone to Dortmund now, yeah?
It's up.
Yeah. It's Emre Can.
Correct. Right. I don't think I've done this one either. So, he went from Real Madrid, he started at Real Madrid, yes,
Yeah.
to Juventus, to Real Madrid, to Chelsea, to Atletico Madrid, to Juventus, to Atletico Madrid, to AC Milan. This is an interesting one.
Oh, I know.
Let's give you
I
five,
know.
four, three, two, one.
It's Spanish striker Alvaro Morata.
Ah, yeah. Right. We have got two questions left, I believe.
Okay, let's make it a good one.
So, went from Benfica to Valencia to Inter Milan to Juventus to City to Barca to Al Hilal.
City to Barca to Hilal. Where did he start again?
Started at Benfica and then went to Valencia.
Benfica, Valencia, City, Barca.
This is a hard one.
Wow.
Five, four,
Oh,
three,
this is a tricky one.
two, one.
Where did he go to? Portuguese player or was it Brazilian? I believe? Al Hilal, Al Hilal, Al Hilal. I don't know who's at Al Hilal. Um, say again, clubs again? Benfica?
Benfica, Valencia, Inter Milan, Juve, City, Barca, Al Hilal.
I'm gonna say Danilo.
No. It was João Cancelo.
Oh, yeah, of course. Obvious. You see it, that's obvious, isn't it?
Right.
That was a silly one for me.
Right now, was the most deadliest striker in the Premier League. You all love him. You all know him. He went from Burn F FKL, I think. Yeah, no, Burn FK to Salzburg to Dortmund to City.
Yeah, everyone knows this one. It's Erling Haaland.
Hi. Hi.
Great quiz. That
Hope
was,
you enjoyed that.
yeah, next week I'm gonna be taking the reins.
Yep.
I'll try and make it really tricky.
Please don't. Please.
But yes, it was a lovely episode. We're looking forward to the Arsenal game this evening. It'll be an interesting one for sure.
Yep.
And then we'll see you again for the fixtures this weekend.
Right.
Hope everyone has a great start to the new year. Once again, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Set yourself some goals, some resolutions. Do you certainly will. And we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye. Have
Bye.
a good one.